Let's come into our posture, and we'll keep our feet about shoulder width apart. Our knees bending towards our toes, hips open and sinking down. Shoulders open, get forward, get backwards, find the middle. So the body feels like it's hanging in loose. And your spine, does it wiggle now? Can wiggle a little bit more like a snake. In case there's any nervous energy, we can let that move around with it. Finding that stillness again, balancing that room. Finding your breath, lifting, allowing that leaf to float upwards and sink downwards. And we'll just stand for a moment. So let's inhale and let our arms come up. Exhale, let the arms come down just to shoulder height. Imagine that you're holding some energy that's coming down from the sky. You're going to inhale, following your breath with your hands. Exhale, pressing down just gently. Just pushing down with your fingers. Inhale, opening outwards, embracing everything around you. Once more inhaling. Now we're going to focus on the experience of gratitude. And receiving what we're grateful for. As we bring in that sense of gratitude, we will align our body with a little bit of strength to connect with our sense of sacred purpose. That way, to open up, reach outwards and connect in a meaningful way to everything around you. Feeling, pressing down, coming into your alignment. Inhale. Touched by everything. Exhale. Once more. We're going to do an exercise called expanding and settling. Hands are going to float up in front of us, float upwards, and then outwards. And we're going to be feeling like the sun centered in our heart, expanding outwards. Exhale, we're just going to settle. Relax your ankles, your knees, your hips, shoulders, letting your hands fall down. Coming it with your breath. Now we're going to allow the feeling that the ocean is moving around us. And that we're kind of like kelp, excuse me for a moment. Kind of like kelp in the ocean. The ocean's moving us back and forth. Now we're going to just allow for the feeling that the ocean is moving in a way that moves our arms through that exercise. And there's no way to do this wrong, and there's no way to do this right. So just enjoy being kelp in the ocean. Once more, just joyful. Allow your spine to bend and play. Just settle and sink down with gravity. And that broom handle balance your spine. And that feet that float as you inhale. And let it settle and sink as you exhale. So we're going to turn the body left and right. And if you can, turn with your belly button. So your pelvis turns left and right. And as you're doing that, see if you can keep your knees pointing towards your toes. Nice and slow. Just to loosen up the body. Open your hips. Open your waist. And then we're going to imagine that with one hand, I'm going to use my right hand. And I'm going to have a frisbee in my hand. And I'm going to throw the frisbee as far as I can to the side. And my other hand is going to come up behind me. And then I'm going to spiral through my body with a hand like this, like I'm going to catch a frisbee. I'm going to swing around, flip it over slowly, and then throw it that way. My hand sink down. And I'm going to imagine with the other hand, I have a frisbee, using my whole body, turning, throwing. I'm going to spiral through my body, catch the frisbee, turn it over, and then send it on its way, that way. And sinks down. So this practice is actually called plucking stars, and it comes from a form called the 12 gestures of Wei Tuo, which is sometimes called the I Ching Jing form, which relates to something called the muscle tendon change. So we turn around. We often look at our hand a little bit and have our hand pointing towards our lower body, and our hand more towards our heart, and our hand more towards our third eye. And then as we turn, we just want to reach as comfortably as we can. Turn the body, pluck some stars. These are the beauty of those stars. And then show those stars to the moon. We'll come back. Let the hand fall. Turn. Palm facing the lower body. Palm facing the heart. Palm facing the third eye. Spiraling through. Plucking stars. gazing at the stars, sharing the beauty of the stars. Down. One facing the belly. You're just going to one smooth gesture, heart, third eye, pink stars, sharing the beauty, coming back, sinking down. I'm going to imagine that we're picking something up and it's going to follow that leaf with our breath. Inhale, exhale. Now we're going to just tilt at your hips. Now, depending on how your back feels, you might want to just put your hands on your legs, or you might want to just drop what you're holding on to and imagine that it's just maybe something like a watermelon. And you can allow that to hang, and that way you could hang off of your back, your shoulders open. Then we just sway gently left and right. Not very fast, not very far. We bend our knees so we feel like our weight is between our knees and feet. And then we stand up slowly, find our center. Inhale, following up. Exhale, sinking down. Only as far as feels comfortable and safe for you. And then your back, your shoulders, swing left and right. Hang out for a minute. Bend your knees. Back up. And relax. So that's called bend and sway. And now we're going to do washing and hanging laundry. So we're going to imagine that we have laundry in a tub. It's 1,000 years ago. And we're just stirring the clothes in one circular direction. And then we're going to feel like we're gathering the clothes and picking them up, and those clothes are wet and heavy. So we have to pick them up. Whoa. We're going to turn and hang them up over the clothesline, spread them out. Then we're going to hang a little bit off of the laundry line to loosen the body up. Stand back up again. Imagine the clothes have been dripping and drying a little bit. So now we're going to pluck them down. Turn. Imagine that our leg is a washboard. So we're going to wash the laundry down and up 3 times. Laundry up. We're back on the line. And if you want, you can bend down a little bit farther and just imagine that your arms are hanging. So your shoulders are opening and your pelvis is hanging all the way down, coming back up. So let those clothes hang there. We're going to circle the other way. I should do it 3 or 4 times. Gather up the laundry, pick it up, it's heavy. Turn, hang it off this line. Just for a gentle beginning stretch, opening the body. Grab the clothes. Up and down the leg 3 times. Just bend your legs, bend your knees, just hang a little bit deeper. So everything up. Come back up. And you can do that maybe 3 times, both sides if you like, but once is enough. So just one more exercise for today. And because we're coming close to the spring equinox and the end of winter, we're going to practice that relates to winter, the kidneys, the element of water, and it's called pouring the ocean into the sky. So we're going to reach down, imagining that we're standing in the ocean, we're going to pick up some of the ocean. We're going to pour that ocean up into the sky. And then we're going to let our hands feel like they're just evaporated water. And that evaporated water is going to coalesce into a cloud. And the cloud is going to start to feel heavy. And that heaviness is going to start to form droplets. And those drops, which you're going to imitate with your fingers like this, are going to fall down, give you a bath. So that's one way to do that. Another way, you reach down, pick up the ocean, pour it into the sky, let it evaporate, let your body feel like it's evaporating a bit. Let things coalesce. Cloud becomes heavy. Droplets form. Now your fingers are going to fall out to the sides. And imagine your fingers are a rain falling on the sides of mountains, pooling into beautiful little meadow ponds in the mountains. So now you're still and calm, and the water is flat like a mirror. And that water pours over the edge of those ponds, enriching all the life around them, becoming streams, meandering through the hills until they become lakes. And those lakes are the life source of everything around them. And those lakes becomes rivers. And those rivers come back to the ocean. And the ocean allows us to feel like hell. Once more, we're just going to play a little bit with some of the 5 elements. So it takes purpose, like the energy of wood in the liver, to pick up water or anything and hold it up. When things evaporate, it takes the heat of fire, the sun. When things are dispersed evenly everywhere, like a mist or evaporated water, that's the element of soil. It's like soil, there's just space and dirt and microbes, and see that stillness coalesces like clouds. Those clouds become more dense and heavy, which is the energy of metal. That metal, that energy of coalescing and gathering, becomes water. Water, being their element of winter, eventually melts and shows you all of the faces of water, from the rain, those mirror-like ponds, mirror-like ponds, the bigger streams. Those streams become lakes. Just be aware of your kidneys for a moment. That feeling of the essence of your kidneys feeling like a lake in the mountains. As spring comes, melting the snow, what is old, maybe what's bitter, hard, and solid, can be soft and fluid, and once again be a generative, generous source of life. And those lakes become rivers. The rivers come back to being the ocean. The ocean sometimes has kelp in it. Now the kelp is going to play another game. Hands are going to float out, just like kelp. Looking upwards, lengthening out the body, heels to your fingertips. Big wave, stretching out the kelp. And then as the tide goes out, the kelp just sinks. Do one more gratitude. Structure or intention or sacred purpose for the day. Reminding ourselves to be connected with everything. Thank you for joining me for day one of the 49 days. My apologies for the internet chaos, the alarm chaos, the impending police maybe not chaos, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow for another session of a bit of meditation, breath work, little insights, and a standing practice. Thank you again. Have a beautiful day. And I'll stick around for some questions if people have any questions.